Hey everybody, it's Erin Tillotson with PMA for another video in 10 days to a fan page that converts. Today I'm going to go over a couple different elements of a publishing calendar and how to use one for social media. First I'm going to go over a couple elements to consider before you start the calendar, and then we're going to talk about the benefits and some tools, and I'm also going to show you two examples of a couple different ones that I've seen used and that I've used myself. Alright, so first let's talk about some elements to consider when you're getting ready to start your calendar. The first thing would be the level of engagement. Who's going to be doing the engagement? Is that going to be you or somebody in the business, or have you hired an outside consultant or specialist? And overall, how active are you guys going to be? How many times a week? How many times a day? How many times a month? All of that needs to be considered before you start it. Also, on the engagement piece, another thing to think about is, will there be periods throughout the year that are going to be higher levels of engagement? So do you have an event where there's going to be a lot of buzz going around about your business? If there is anything like that that's going to, heighten the engagement during those times, be sure to be date specific on your calendar of what's happening and what you anticipate or what you would like to do, any special social media activities you'd like to do during those times. Okay, another piece to consider is the search engine optimization and any tactics you want to incorporate with social media. So, do you have any specific days and times that you're going to be posting on your blog? Be sure to think about that when you're, scheduling in social media activities, so nothing conflicts between the social media and the blog postings and comments and all of that. Another thing for the search engine optimization is keywords. Is your blog during the month of January, let's say, going to be focusing on a specific topic and specific keywords that tie to that topic? If so, if you theme out your blog like that, your social media should run congruent with that. So if you're targeting, keyword A and B, make sure your social media updates also contain keyword A and B. And then the next month, move on to the new keywords. One of the last things to consider when you're creating your editorial calendar is the possibility of changing objectives. So, new networks coming into play. Google Plus just came in last year. Now Pinterest is taking a really big interest. So be prepared for any new things to pop up with social media. It's changing all the time. And, budgets can change. New joint ventures can come up. Business opportunities. All of that stuff can play a really big role in the social media element of your business. So just be prepared to make changes and be open to the changes as well. Okay, now let's jump into the benefits of the editorial calendar and why I really like having one in place for myself and for my clients. So the first one is accountability. If you have a plan that you reference every day, every month, when you have an event coming up, if you have that plan in place, you will get it done. If you don't have a plan in place, you're just kind of going by a whim. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure everything's done methodically. The next benefit is commitment. If you put the plan in place, you're committing to doing these things. Commitment is a huge part of any business, so having that commitment is very valuable. Another thing is trends and measurement. So if you have this plan in place, you can always look back and say, hey, this week in the third week of January did very, very well. What did we do in that week in social media, and why did it work so well? You can go back and you can measure it, and you can see what trend you were following that week. Another benefit is accomplishment. I don't know about you, but I just love marking things off that to-do list. It feels so good. So, accomplishment, huge one. And last but not least, for a benefit, is organization. You don't want to do, the shotgun approach to social media where you're just throwing a bunch of stuff out there. You're organized. You're doing everything how your business needs it done and how you need it done. Okay, let's take a peek at a couple different editorial calendars that I've liked. The first one is just kind of a yearly overview of topics and keywords. And you can add anything else in here you'd like, but I just kind of bullet this out easily for clients to use. So topic 1, what's going to be your main topic for the month, and topic 2, maybe a subtopic. This really helps keep your blog themed for the month in your social media. Keywords that you're targeting for that month. Just pick a few that you're really going to focus on that month. And then I usually do this out for the whole year. And this makes it really easy to come in and change it. If something special jumps up in August, I can come in here and change those really quickly. Down at the bottom, if you also want to make weekly commitments to yourself or to your business, you can come in here, and on Monday, I want to make sure you go in and do something on Twitter. On Tuesday, we post the blog. On Thursday, we post a video blog. So you can also add, daily activities that you're going to do down here at the bottom. Those are just a couple different options that you can use in your editorial calendar. Another one, I actually found this one online, and I kind of liked it because it clearly tracks what he's doing, and you can see he's going to do some web chat here, so maybe a live Twitter chat he's going to be participating in. Editorial, what he's going to be writing. He wants to run a poll on this day, so he's going to ask his audience a question, get their feedback. Great way to do some market research there. Here he's going to do a competition where he gives away a prize. Okay, so he's just really being specific with what he's going to be doing here, which is nice. Now, one thing, you don't have to do the same thing week to week. He's got it laid out that way here. But, if you want to do your web chat on Monday every week, you can. Or if you wanted to move the web chat, say, down to Thursday of the week, you can go ahead and do that. Sometimes moving things around a bit is good. A little bit of change is good for everybody. So those are just a couple of different ideas, and you want to make one that really works for you and your company. But those are just a couple ideas to get you started. Okay, next I want to show you some of the tools that you can use to enhance editorial calendars. One thing that I like to do if you have a WordPress website is actually install the editorial calendar plugin for WordPress, and it just gives you a good overview of the posts that are going on your blog. So you can see, on Friday here was one, here was the next Friday, and it gives you that weekly breakdown of blog posts. I like seeing that. I like seeing what I've got scheduled in the future, what I did in the past, what brought a lot of traffic to my website on January 10th. Oh, there was a really good blog post that day. Look at all the comments it got. It's just nice to easily overview the blog. Another tool would be using an Excel document like the one I showed you just a few minutes ago, or even better is a Google Doc, because it's online, your whole team can access it. It's, live changes, so if somebody makes a change, the other person viewing the document is going to see those changes happen right there in front of them as well. So it's easier for team sharing to go with something like Google Docs. If you have a Smartsheet account, you can also use that. I personally use Smartsheet for a lot of stuff. That does the live changing as well, so if somebody's making updates, you're going to see them. And then last but not least is Hootsuite. I love Hootsuite. It's a nice social media dashboard that you can use to schedule stuff. You can see click percentages and stats and all sorts of good stuff. You can integrate all of your social media accounts like you see here. So you've got Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Facebook, Foursquare, everything. It's very awesome. It's a great place to just host everything you've got going on once a day, twice a day. Go in and check everything over. Makes life so much easier. I love Hootsuite. Okay guys, so I hope you got some good ideas for your editorial calendar, so you can go in and start doing that for 2012. If you have any questions or you have other ideas that you use for your editorial calendar, I'd love to hear them. I always like hearing everybody's new ideas. Okay, thanks guys. Talk to you soon.